I don't think you can talk about the history of Sacramento without Tower. I think it's important not only for Sacramento, but for, and I don't think I'm being too overblown when I say for the country and even for the world, because there's not going to be another company that exists like Tower existed. There just won't be. The corporations are too big. There's no individual hand in things anymore. Like I said, you know, Best Buy, everybody wears the same shirt. That was an era of individualism. It was an era of this feeling that anything's possible in the way that you want to do it. And we shouldn't lose that.
I'm one of the owners of Hot Italian, and we actually have Tower's original phone number from here, which was 444-3000. Still get a lot of calls, too.
What's that like?
Well, I was a little confused at first, but, you know, I wish we could sell CDs and, you know, have Russ hang out with us.
Mm-hmm. How important, in your opinion, is Tower Records to Sacramento and Sacramento history?
It's huge. I mean, it's one of the great success stories that have come from Sacramento. And music is a big part of my life and most people's lives. I mean, it's something that we should cherish and continue to talk about, and you know, I wish we could, you know, bring it back somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Tower Records was like a home away from home for everybody who's into like music and culture, pop culture, different things. So it was like a temple for us. It's like a library for us. It was the record store. It was like some secret record collection that you could only dream about. But there it was there, you could touch it. And it wasn't like the quiet library. It wasn't the quiet temple. It was loud. It was rock and roll, you know, but rock and roll meaning that it was just full of life at all times. And that's the environment you were in. The employees were loud. The store was bright and colorful. You know, every album jacket is loud. Posters are hanging on the walls, cool displays. You're standing next to people that you have something in common with. Maybe not like 100%, but you know, he's looking at a record, you're looking at a record, and you're like, is that any good? You know, you make a friend that way, you know, you're like, start exchanging phone numbers. I can't tell you how many friends that I have to this day that I just met by standing next to him in the record aisle.
I believe Tower Records has touched every single person's life that has lived here in Sacramento. I mean, it's just like, it started from a pebble and it's just rippled all the way over to all the world. But I believe that this is something that definitely needs to be preserved.
Yeah, my second day in Sacramento, I was at KZAP. I didn't even know my way around town, and we needed a replacement copy for the Rolling Stones' Tattoo You. It had just come out. They sent me to Tower Records. It took me 40 minutes to get here. I got lost, but once I got here, they gave me the record, and I thought, man, it's so cool that a record store and a radio station could be that close and have that kind of relationship. But you know, it's family, and I got that feeling as soon as I walked in the store. Not knowing anybody, them not knowing me, you know, it's just, oh, you're from KZAP. Yeah, somebody called about this. Here's the records. I thought, this is nice. I mean, of course, I'd heard about Tower Records, but I didn't know it was based in Sacramento until I moved to Sacramento.
So. Russ lets you be your own self. I mean, there was no rigors of corporate rigors that you had to abide to. I mean, you were yourself, and he let people be themselves and let them spread out, and that's what made it so great. Plus, the family was good. I mean, I knew the manager in New York. I could talk to him personally. I knew the manager in Atlanta. I knew the manager in Seattle. I knew it was like a one big family. We all knew each other. When we came together at a Tower annual conference, it was like seeing old friends. And a lot of these guys I worked with, and a lot of them came out of Sacramento and branched out into other stores.
Tower is an icon. It's I mean, now, you know, you can't just go into a store. You have to go into a Target or a Best Buy or, you know, something like that. And it's just not the same. I think that it's really important for everyone to know how everything started, you know, basically with Tower. I think the diversity of the music, the selection, the employees, you know, you had different celebrities walking into the stores, especially at Sunset in New York, and you just, you know, it's hard to describe, but there will never be another brand like Tower Records.
Tower Records started here in Sacramento, and then it went and grew into the state and into the nation and then international. So this is very significant. We document business history for Sacramento, but this is one of those businesses that went way beyond Sacramento. In another 50 years or so, people are going to be looking back at this nostalgic and kind of missing the fact of their social exchanges in record stores and being able to go someplace and talk to other people about the music that doesn't really exist today, and it won't exist in 50 years and doesn't exist very much today.
When I played in the NBA, we were playing the first game that any NBA team played in another country, and it was in Tokyo. And we're riding on the bus to the arena, and I look out the window, and I'm like, Tower Records, Tower Records! And my teammates are like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you don't understand, Sacramento's in Tokyo. And that's the power of this story, Tower Records. And we've got to do everything that we can to preserve it and make it a part of the permanent history of Sacramento.
It's really, really very nice for me to be able to know that all of the stuff that I accumulated in my garage for all these years is going to be kept, and maybe somebody will see it. And if we do accomplish the goal, I should say, of getting a bunch of people around the world that still have stashes of stuff to come through and donate to the collection, that's going to be a really good achievement. And maybe at the end of the day, it'll be kind of fun for everybody to look at.